Good morning to you all, and welcome to the final day of the training. I see that Putso is here with us today. Good morning, Putso. Uh,
Good morning.
yes, you've always been working behind the scene, and we've never really met. Perhaps we could put on a video. Let's see you. Oh, there you are. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you and yeah, all the good work you're doing behind the scene, but
Okay, thank
we've
you.
never really met. And it's nice that the participants in the training can also get to meet you today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so welcome.
Thank you.
Ruth is also here with us, and some of you participants may already know Ruth from email communications and assisting with registrations and so on. So, Ruth, you are welcome as well.
Thank you, Tim.
And I see that Lebohang has just joined us, and some of you may also know her from email communications. Lebohang, I know you are on the road, but if you can put on your video for a minute so that they see you. Yeah,
Timothy, what if I'm not camera ready?
then it's fine.
No.
You don't need to put on a
Can
makeup
you
or
see
whatever.
me?
Yes, there you are. There you are. There you are.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Okay.
I wanted them to get to meet all of you because you've all been working behind the scene. It's good to see a different face. They've been seeing the same face for the past 1 month, but it's nice for them to know that I've got a team behind me. I'm not working alone. We've all been in this together, and I've also invited some of the other facilitators, although they are working, but let's see which of them are able to join us. They've been hearing their voices in the PowerPoint slides, and yeah, well, you saw some of their faces, but to see them live on MS Teams, that would be nice. So I hope they are able to join, and as they do, I will introduce them. But welcome to the final day of the training. You had your assessment yesterday. You had 2 attempts. So if you've not had your second chance yet, assuming you are not happy with your grades, you can always go back and do it again. You will see your grade in the grade center for the assessments of yesterday. So if you go the same place, quiz, you will see grade center, you check, you will see the grades for the assessment of yesterday. Add up all the activities you've done, I'll grade everything and add up all the marks to give you your final marks. And hopefully, at some point, Lebohan will tell us also the process of you getting your certificates and how long you need to wait for the process to be finalized so that you can get your certificates. So now we want to know from you, how has it been the past 1 month of medical equipment maintenance training? I have a couple of questions for you. So this is going to be more like a verbal interview so that the rest of the team will get to know and hear from you and understand what the feeling has been and the experience has been for you this past 1 month in terms of what you've learned, what you've gained, and you've spent quite a lot of time going through the material, doing the activities and the assignments and the assessments. And we've covered quite a lot in this 1 month, from ethics to safety and hazard management, preventive corrective maintenance, inventory and quality management, communication, ECG, IBP, NIBP, pulse oximetry, patient monitors, defibrillators, ventilators, infusion, and syringe pumps, electrosurgery and diatomy equipment, neonatal incubators, and infant warmers. And the practical sessions, oh, that's quite a lot. A lot for 1 month, but I believe it was worth it. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these topics was the most helpful for you and why? This is a feedback to help us. We're not asking this for you to be nice, but for us to be able to improve. Like what you have now is an improvement of the first test batch that we had. We have greatly improved in terms of the quality and the content. And from your feedback, we want to know how we can improve it and make it even better. So which of these topics was the most helpful for you and why? And I want each of you to say a little bit about it before I go to the next question. Maybe we start with Willem, and then we go to Nicolene, and then Chakela.
All right. Morning, guys, everyone. The most interesting topic here, the short learning program, I think the biggest highlight for me, it was communication. The reason why I'm saying communication is because I think it's a tool whereby it helps all the systems that are put in place in the workplace to make them to run smoothly, because even in our workshop, we've created a WhatsApp group whereby we have daily updates or how's the day is going, the breakdowns that we're having. Also, we're reverting back with the communication with the clients if we need to book something as well. We mostly communicate via WhatsApp because it allows everyone to see what are the daily runnings for each and every technician who's on the field. And then as well, if you need help, you can just post on the group. There's people to help you as well. So I think the most highlight for me in this session was communication. It really helped a lot because some of the things, you'd leave some of the things outstanding, and then if it was communicated to the group, you get a reminder that Willem or whoever, please remember to do this and that and that. So communication was the biggest highlight for me.
Okay, I'm sure, I don't know if you've noticed, apart from the message I posted to say there's an additional material on communication, in the past 2 days, we've added even more material in that section of communication. So if you haven't seen it, go there and look. We keep improving and updating and making it even better and richer. So go back there. There's more to see in that section of communication. But thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nicolene?
Morning.
Morning.
Well, morning. With my experience, I must say, with the whole course, it was very informative. It was very open, and there was a lot of do's and don'ts and reasons for that, and the legality behind when you are actually a clinical engineer in a day-to-day field. That backup in the training was for me excellent. I must say that was standing out for me was also the communication in the course. I must say communication in a clinical environment is very, very important to know your day-to-day. The same as Willem said, we also have a WhatsApp group, and it's a good reminder because we run around like headless chickens the whole day, trying to help everyone, and there's so many equipment in our clinical environment that you sometimes do forget. So a group is very nice, and communication is very important. So that was the analysis was one of my most favorites. Okay, actually we have a lot of them here, but I basically learned a lot about them. I have them, but I haven't used them so severely like I do now, because now I know why, and I know how, and I know the reason for it. So I've been using my analysis now often the last few weeks, and I must say it helped me a lot of basically explaining myself towards the sister as well, or whoever is involved in this situation. But that was very interesting for me. And then the diathermy part, was also for me very excited. All the nice video clips that we looked at, and the reason behind it, and how to safely protect patients, because we had a few incidents here with us. And I must say the know-how behind it actually helps a lot. So that was one of the things that stand out for me the most, although I enjoyed all the other the corrective maintenance side and all that.
Thank you very much, Nicolene. That was very helpful. And I believe the part about the do's and don'ts you were referring to was the first topic, which is on ethics.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let's hear from Chakela. Chakela, although his background is not in clinical engineering, he's in IT, but he finds himself working in a hospital, and I know this training has been very helpful to him as well in marrying his experience in IT and clinical engineering to become a better clinical engineering technician by should I say is it by choice or by force? Yeah, but now you're in that space. So let's hear what you think about what was most helpful, which topic?
Morning, everybody. For me, the whole course was very, 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 very helpful. Because here at the hospital, we didn't have anybody that did clinical engineering. What they had to do is they had to call people from Bloemfontein or from Joburg to come and repair their machines. And they did not have anybody that did first line support maintenance. So all they had to do, even if it was just the basic thing of just switching on the power or anything like that, they had to call out somebody from Bloemfontein. So it was a mess. So for me, the whole course, like from Unit 7 to Unit 15, about learning or about the whole equipment, because I knew nothing about the equipment, how it worked. So it was very, very beneficial for me. And the Unit 2 as well, the safety and hazard management. Now I know when I stand next to an equipment and look at the back and see all the signs and stuff, what I'm looking at, what equipment we're working at and stuff. Like right now we have some what's this, anesthesia machines that need to be repaired. And I had to call guys from Novagen in Bloemfontein. I know what the language, what to speak with them, and what to how to express myself. And even before they tell me, I know I need to look for serial numbers. I need to check what to check for on the equipment and stuff. So it was very, very beneficial. And at the same time, at least it helped me a lot because I'm going to JLO in Germiston in 2 weeks' time for dialysis equipment for training for 2 weeks. So I'm starting my way into the clinical engineering side. So it was very, very beneficial for me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that feedback. But we also want to know how to improve. So was there anything you were dissatisfied with about the course as a whole and why? And then which of the topics were the most boring and why? And how can we improve? If you are to suggest and say, no, I want you to improve this and this and that, give us pointers. How can we make this course better? Which topics do you think we should improve or do it differently? So let's start again with Willem. You're muted.
Sorry, didn't see that. Yes, I'm saying overall on the topics, I wouldn't say there was a topic that was boring. Each and every topic, all the units, they were quite informative. And then I think there were glitches on the video part. I think which module was that? The incubators. On the practical for the incubators, I think there were glitches. I don't know if it was only on my part only or everyone did experience it. On the incubator part, there the videos was not it was playing, getting stuck, pause, playing, pause, and playing. So it was a bit difficult. I had to like watch it more over and over again. So I think there was no topic that was boring for me, but then the difficulties that I had the topic on, it's ventilators. I think when it comes to ventilators, me personally, I'm struggling with that. The theoretical part, it was quite complex. I had to rely more on videos to see the practical content of it. Even the ones that were posted there, I had to do some more research as well, because I did training on them, and it was in-house training, but I'm not grasping it, so I need to like put more effort on it, because I know if I could like maybe write a test about it, or they'll tell me to test it, I wouldn't know what to do. The topic, it really helped me a lot. I think I need to pull more strings so that I learn more about ventilators. So the videos, the audios, and everything, they were okay. It was just the incubator part for me. The videos that it was not very clear.
Thank you very much. I will
Yes.
look into it again and see what we can improve. And
Yes.
also for the theory parts of the ventilator, if you notice, it was not in the correct template. So that's not the final work. This is just, call it a draft. So
okay.
we are going
Yeah.
to improve on that, definitely. So, but thanks for that feedback.
Sure. Thank you.
Nicolene?
On my side, I must say the training was for me really interesting. All the parts was for me interesting, especially the infusion side of it, the legality behind that. I wasn't always aware of that. I must agree with Willem on this. The ventilator was for me a little bit, a ventilation side was for me a little bit less information. I had to go and search on my, a self-study on my own at the end to make sure that I'm understanding what the information that was given from the course side, that I'm on the right track. Although I work with it a lot every day, I'm still feeling insecure around it when I do work with it. So my self-confidence there is a little bit low on my side. But from the training side, I would have also liked if there was a more detailed video around it, although I did go self-study a bit on it as well. But I did see that there's not a lot of info around it really on the net. So you really have to go and search deep into the ventilation environment to actually get to a nice video that explains these things for you in a good way. To understand it, like Takela, that is not working in the field every day, but he's partially getting into it. To just get the basics even of ventilation. That was for me a critical area that I struggled with. And then the rest, I must say, was the audibility around the video was nice. The information was informative. I must say, everything around the course was well prepped. Info still. But yeah, the ventilation side, we can put a little bit more meat around it to make it easier to understand.
Okay.
Anesthetic machine problems. And it is not really problems around the machine itself. It's user errors. It's human errors. We usually call them ID10T problems, but me and DK usually work around it and try to explain them what to do and what not to do, so that we can stop, the thing around that. But we don't have a ventilation analyzer with us, so we try and do everything manually. And if there was a little bit more info around it, I think that would have helped a little bit more. But further on, everything was really nicely prepped, and the information was enough.
Okay, thank you so much, Nicolene. That is very helpful, and we shall definitely look into that ventilator issue. Chakela, did you also have glitches with the incubator video, or is there anything else that was problematic for you?
For me, exactly, the ventilators, it was like we're speaking foreign language. The moment they were just trying to explain the modes and stuff, it was foreign language. I had to go on YouTube to get some other videos just to try and understand and grasp what was happening with the unit of ventilators. But other than that, everything was on point. It was understandable. It was reasonable.
So I will get Freddie and Trisha to listen to this feedback so that when they improve the material on ventilator, call it version 2.0, they know exactly how to break it down step by step so that everyone can understand it. And also on we do have the analyzer, the gas flow meter, and we are going to get them to do a video on that as well. So if at any point we add additional material, I will let you guys know in the group and give you access so you can access it. And yeah, so we'll take care of that. Thanks for the feedback. Very, very helpful. On a scale of 1 to 10, would you recommend this course to colleagues, clinical engineering technicians, people who are wanting to come into this space who are not in the clinical engineering field? Would you recommend it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you? Yeah, well, now I'm mixing two things now. So let me put it differently. Would you recommend this course to colleagues? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this course as a whole? Willem.
Yes, I would recommend this course to colleagues. Even when I'm done with this one, there's other colleagues of mine, they're going to join as well. The second intake that you guys will be doing. So I think it will be three of us. I'm the first one, and then there's two others who will follow. And then also outside of this, the field, I would recommend it to other candidates as well. Like for instance, you see as Chakela coming from the IT side, and then now he's exposed to clinical. So I would also recommend it to other candidates as well who would be interested. So on a scale of 10, I would rate it 9. Reason why I'm rating it 9. I think it was quite a lot to grasp in a short period of time, as you mentioned from the beginning as well. I think it needs more dedication and time as well, and because I think everyone here we were dedicating time, a couple of hours during in the mornings, and then from there it's work during the day, and then when you get home as well, it's studies and doing reviews and everything. So I think time management as well. It takes a lot of time away from your daily duties and stuff, even though you were prepared and then dedicating time to it as well. So that's why I'm only gonna rate it 9. But then overall, I'm happy. I did manage though.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So how would you rate it, Nicolene? And would you recommend it to other colleagues? Nicolene?
Sorry, the line froze.
Yeah.
On my side, I must say, I've already recommended it to a few clinics around us, with other clinical engineers in the field. I did give them a brief flow of what we are doing in the course and the reason behind it. So there is a lot of them that is interested. So I will send them the information to get in touch with TUT around this course. So yeah, I will recommend it to anyone in the field. It doesn't even matter if you are a nurse or anyone in our field like Takela that's doing IT and he would like to know more because he works in the hospital environment or the clinical environment of the facility to know. It just helps you to know better. So I will I must say I was shocked to see all the information that we could handle working day to day and all the information that's sticked with me and I can take it to the future in the my clinical environment. So I must say I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of information, but it was information that was break down in a well understanding matter for you to not struggle at the end of the day, although it was a lot of fields we covered in the clinical industry.
Okay. Thank you. And Takela?
For me, yes, I would recommend the course to other nurses and other staff members that we work with, because I've noticed that especially the safety and the hazard management, people here, it doesn't look good at all. So they need to be aware especially on the nurses that work in the theater area and stuff like that. So especially after this course, I need to write a report to the hospital manager on what I've learned and what I recommend on the way forward and stuff. So yes, I'm going to recommend it. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an 8. My reason for an 8 would be I had to do some extra learning. I don't have any electronics background. So I had to go on Udemy to get an electronics biomedical engineering electronics course so that I be able to read the like I think we had an ECG.
Yes.
Was it ECG pre-amplifier circuit?
Yes.
For me, that was just Chinese. So I had to I had to go refer back and so that I understand how to read our diagrams, our circuits and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I would give it an 8. If we could have a bit of basics of electronics so that it's easier when you get to the diagrams and the circuits to read.
Thank you so much. I've taken note of all the comments and definitely we will improve. Now, with the first batch, the test group, this course was done in 2 weeks. But based on the feedback, I can see the reaction in your faces. 2 weeks is just not enough. So based on the feedback we got from them and my experience with that group, we felt this is too much for 2 weeks. That's why we extended to 1 month. Now, what do you think about the pace, the way the course was paced? And also with that group, we first did the theory, and then at the end, maybe the last 3-4 days, we did the practicals. But with your group, for each topic, we did the theory and the practical on the same day. So the question is, was that helpful? Like when you do ECG in the morning, you do ECG practical in the afternoon. When you do ESU in the morning, or let's say patient monitor in the morning, like we gave you 2 days for patient monitoring for the theory and practical. Was that helpful? And also the pace. Did you feel rushed like the first group who had to finish in 2 weeks? Or is that 1 month adequate time to do the course and the activities and so on?
All right. I think with me, because of it was stretched for a month, it was quite doable. It only requires time management. So in my period of space, what I would do in the mornings when we meet, we'd meet and then what I'll do is for that 3 hours or 2 hours, I'll do the theory content, and then because I also have work to do as well. So during the day, in the morning, I'll do the theory content, and then during the day, continue with work here. And then when I get home, I do the practical content as well, and then also just make some notes and do some revision. So compared to 2 weeks with a month, I think it was it's doable. It requires you to manage your time as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Nicolene?
From my side, I must say, it worked for me. Some days it was rough, to stay working and having the course during the day. But luckily, what was nice about it, we meet it in the mornings. The specifications was given us for the day. And although you have done it when you went home at night or during the day when you had a chance, like I did it when I saw that I got a chance to do it, it felt like a month. Yes, it's a long period of time, but it wasn't that heavy on us on a daily basis. For we were just doing a certain thing that day, and we focused on that for the day. It wasn't that and something else and something else. So that was nice about it. It was nice when you had the ventilation theory in the morning and the practical a little bit later. And then if you wanted to go and research in the evening more about what you've learned during the day, you were free to do that on your own pace, to do your assignments or whatever was asked from us.
Okay, thank you. And you, David? Chakela?
For me, 1 month, yes, it was doable. Even though, like Willem said, that we had to manage our time. I would do my theory in the morning, in the afternoon, do my practical. Then the following morning, I'll be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning just to go through everything. For the whole month, that's what I've been doing, so that I keep pace. I understand what's going on and stuff. So, but I still feel towards the practical part, I wish we had maybe even if it's for a couple of days that we would come in, because like for me, some other analyzers we do not have. Like I requested a quotation from Vellum to give me a quotation so that we can start bit by bit procuring the analyzers and stuff. So for somebody that does not have the analyzers and stuff, I think it would have been nice if we had a practical that would be hands-on, even if I had to come to TUT just for the practical and stuff. It would have been nice.
Okay, I've taken note of that. Yeah, I've taken note of that. And then finally, from my side, before I ask the others if they have questions for you, let's look at the admin side of things. From registration, communication, from when you started the course. Lebokang is here and Ruth is here as well. How would you rate that side, the admin side of things, right? Registration, communication, email, and so on. And also with the daily briefings we're having every day, was it helpful? Would you have managed to keep pace on your own without us meeting every morning to tell you this is what needs to be done and to, push you a little bit to do your activities and homework and assignment and giving you direction every single day? Was that helpful, or would you prefer to do without the daily briefings? So how was the admin generally for the course from when you registered, or in fact from when you started making inquiries, and even the WhatsApp group we had and all the daily postings and giving you direction every single day up to the daily briefings? So how would you rate all of that, and was it helpful for you, or you would rather let's leave you alone to work on your own?
All right. with all the communication that partake on this course, I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10 because starting from the beginning with the registration and everything involved, it was quite easy. And then you didn't have to do any follow-ups and everything. Each and every details was sent to you. So on my side, I didn't have any problems with registering and stuff. When it comes to the daily briefings, I think the daily briefings are important. It gives a clear indications on what to focus on and everything. And then as well, if you can remember the daily briefings as well, you wanted reviews of the experience of what you've learned yesterday and everything. So we give reviews of everything. So the daily briefings, they really are important, and I think it was helpful as well because it gives clear indications as well. So 10 out of 10. That's what I would rate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nicolene?
I agree there with Willem. I must say the daily briefings was very open. It was very thoughtful. It was very informative every day. We never had to really back and forth WhatsApp and ask what was actually expected of us. It was all very informative. It was very professionally done. And I must say, the information around it was, you need to do that, and that's the way forward. I must say, I've enjoyed it. It worked for me very well. I didn't always get time to read it right away, but it was there to go and attend to, and the message was always clear enough on what you need to do for when and where.
Thank you. Shakira?
Okay, and for me, on the admin side, I would give it 11 out of 10. Ruth really helped me a lot, and most of the information, like I need to give it to our admin team here so that they process and stuff. So they never struggled with anything, any email or any information she had to give to me. It was transferred to the admin side, and they communicated very well, and everything was done on time. And on the daily briefings, I believe they are very, very important, because if we did not have any of those daily briefings, you would have found ourselves maybe going a week without attending anything and keep saying, nah, I'll be able to do it over the weekend or something. Then next thing, something else comes up, and you end up having a whole lot of backlog. So it is very, very important, I believe. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this feedback. It's very helpful for me and for the admin team as well, those in ties and Tute, and I'm sure they've taken notes. So before I talk about the next step, let's find out from them if they have any questions or anything they would like to know from you guys about your experience. So Lebohang, Putso, Ruth, I wish Caroline was here as well, but yeah. The floor is open for you to ask your questions or anything you would like to know.
Yeah, can I go first before I lose the network, the connectivity? I kept losing connectivity, but I think Nicolene mentioned recommending the program for nurses. I don't know if I heard her right.
Yes.
And William mentioned, I don't know if it was William or if it was Shakula, mentioned that one of them had to do an electronic course in order to get a better understanding of one of the units. So, yeah, I just want to find out if I had it right and recommending it to the nurses. And I believe everyone here is a clinical engineer or a technician. Won't it be difficult for the nurses? I might have misheard you. Yeah.
Yes, I think there are nurses that work with medical equipment. They are not necessarily technicians that repair, but some of them do first line maintenance. And so to understand what they need to do, understand not just how the equipment works, but the technicalities around it to give them more knowledge on how to do those first line maintenance. I think that's important. So some of them do it anyway without any knowledge of electronics. And when they get to certain points that they can't go further, that's when they can now outsource. But for first line maintenance, I think this course is excellent for anyone, including nurses who work with medical devices on a day to day basis. Now, the aspect of safety and hazard management is also excellent for nurses and even doctors who work with these medical devices. Although they are not going to open the equipment to fix and repair, that's not what this course is about, but to do first line maintenance. Okay, no, this one is wrong, that's wrong, it's a plug issue and all that, the daily cleaning and all that. So, changing of batteries, things like that. So if you have to go call someone from Bloemfontein to come change a battery in an equipment or to change a plug, think of how much that will cost a hospital with so many equipments around. So I think that's what he means. There are nurses I know who work with medical devices. Some of them even do first line maintenance. So for those category of people, it's an excellent one. And even the part of communication, handling conflicts, communicating issues around the need for maintenance and how to communicate when a device needs to be fixed and the channels of communication as explained in that course. I think that is helpful also for nurses who work day to day with this equipment. So he's not out of line, if I may put it that way. I know there are lots of nurses who work with medical devices for whom this course will be. Yes, the electronics, okay, that's if they need to repair and fix. But not all of them repair and fix, but they do first line maintenance. And for such people, I think they will benefit a lot from this course. I don't know if your question is answered, Lebohang.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it is answered. It helps us broaden our market.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ruth, any comments or questions?
From my side, I just want to say thank you all for attending the program, and I hope it does not stop here. Mr. Chakela, thank you for entrusting me to send you information as and when you needed it. I really wish you a lot of growth in the industry. And I also just want to say I look forward to working with you in terms of perhaps engaging with your hospital as and when we can talk. In terms of inviting your colleagues, they may be your colleagues in the IT division or your other colleagues in the other industries. So I would really, really like to ask you if there is a way that you can assist me in terms of approaching your hospital for the next intake. But thank you all for attending. Nicolene, I didn't get to meet you, but I'm also very glad that you enjoyed the training. And our relationship won't start here. But thank you all. That's the comment from my side.
Thank you, Ruth. I'm sure Putso would like to say something as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, colleagues. Velem, am I pronouncing it correctly? Velem, Nicolene, Chakela, thank you so much for the feedback. It helps us to know what is it that we are doing right and where should we improve. So thank you for the feedback. What I like to say is that, in this changing environment, skilling, reskilling and upskilling ourselves is very key. And it's very important to do that so that we are able to refresh our memories, we are able to enhance our knowledge,
And we also acquire a new skill like, Chakela from ICT into this environment. So it's quite important. And short learning programs like these ones are meant for exactly that. And thanks for choosing us, as TUT, and entrusting us, to make an impact in your careers, in your work environment. As you may know, or maybe might not know, that TUT is the biggest university of technology, not only in the country, but in the continent. So you made the right choice. Thanks for that. And also just to congratulate you for investing in yourselves. You dedicated your resources for a month or so to acquire this new knowledge. So congratulations. Now, lastly, as an institution, it's important for us to, because we believe that we believe in giving people knowledge that works. In other words, we don't want to train for the sake of training. We want to see the impact. That's the most important part for us. So if we are able to make a difference in your work environment, we are fulfilled, we are happy. So it will be good to touch base with you after some time, just to hear if maybe there has been any improvement in your work environment, if you manage to save the downtime, if you manage to save money in terms of call-out fees. So it will be good to get such feedback. And thanks to the facilitators, Timothy and the others. These are the best facilitators. They impart knowledge, and we thank you for that. To the admin team, it's good to hear that things were running smooth. So yeah, we look forward to getting that feedback and touching base with you after some time to see the impact that this training did, and look forward as well to keep on training some of your colleagues within your networks. So thank you so much for that, and thanks, Timothy, for inviting us into this session.
Thank you so much, Putso. It's nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
So, what is the next step? First, let's talk about the certificates. And congratulations to all of us. We have finally received the accreditation from EXA and the Clinical Engineering Association of South Africa to validate this course for CPD points. So well done to you all and to all of us. Yes. So I would like Lebohang to let the participants know when should they expect their certificate.
Yes, Timothy, as soon as I get the results, we then submit to the registrar's office. So from the day that I get the results and then I submit to the registrar's office, it takes about 2 weeks for the certificate to be issued.
Okay, great. So early next week, I'll compile all the results from all the activities and assessment, and I'll send it through to you.
Okay.
Great. And for the participants, the next step, you see, the relationship we've had will not end with the end of this course. We have a WhatsApp group for professionals in this field, especially those who have passed through TUT. I created that group because most of our students, former students, are out there. They're professionals working in different hospitals and companies. And that group helps them to collaborate, to communicate, to share job opportunities for experiential learning. If they have any difficulties in their workplaces, you need the testing equipment, you want to buy something, you don't know who the supplier is, post it in that group. You will receive instant help. Any contacts you want in this field, just say, okay, I need contact for so-and-so hospital, so-and-so who does this. Someone will answer you in that group. Now I'm going to add you to that WhatsApp group so that you are part of that community for ongoing support. The other thing is there are additional trainings you can attend for free offered by Fluke. Fluke are the ones who produce those testing equipment, or one of the companies that produce those testing equipments, and you saw some of their videos in our training. So in their website, and I'm going to post that in the WhatsApp group, there is a site they have where they offer free training on testing equipment. I'm sure Willem is aware of it. And you can do those trainings for free and get a certificate on specific testing equipment. So I'm going to post the detail in the WhatsApp group. You can register on their website, attend some of their trainings, get the certificates, and it's all for free. So to assist you further in developing yourself in this field. And you have my contact details, WhatsApp, email. You can contact me at any time if there's any question, any issue, any concern. Otherwise, we will stay in touch through the WhatsApp group that I'm going to add you on. I think it's the Clinical Engineering TUT Alumni. That's what the group is. So I'll add you to that group today, and then you can already become a part of that community. Okay. So I don't know if there are any questions from your side before we close. It's almost 10 o'clock. We've been here for almost an hour already. Are there any questions from your side before we close? Okay, Willem is fine. Nothing from Nicolene?
No, all is good. I just want to say thank you from my side, sir. It was very, very fun working with you. You were always professional and you always helped us if we asked anything. So I just want to thank you from my side and the urology hospital for giving me this opportunity for my future here.
Thank you so much, Nicolene.
From my side, I would like to thank you, Mr. Timothy, and the team for TUT. I hope, as I am looking forward to study the clinical engineering, as I was asking you on WhatsApp and stuff, I do hope you have it on part-time so that I can register. But other than that, with the information that I've learned and going forward, I would like to thank you very much for the opportunity and for your time. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. And if you do need any further assistance at any point, don't be tired of asking. I'm always here for you. We are now a family and a community of clinical engineering professionals. So welcome to the club, and I wish you all the best in your future career and as you develop yourselves in this field and to help your hospitals and your communities. So thank you all very much for attending this course. Yeah, we hope to see you again at some point. Yes, but thank you too to the admin team for the support they provided, and do have yourselves a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.